that's the one.
Make sure you talk right into it.
Go for it. Good morning. I'm David Johnson.
I'm Matt Staub.
And we're streetcar neighbors. So my story and how I'm involved is a passion for mobility, getting around, whether it's any mode of choice, whatever. We're cheating here using 2 slides at once. Downtown resident worker. I've been blogging about transit specifically since 2006. There's my website. Started a single car household right down the block in 2009.
Want to take that?
And we, sorry, I should be speaking into a mic, right? And I'll be riding a streetcar in 2015.
So my passion is cities. I'm 40% of you. I am the Vice President of the United States. So I live and work downtown, and I currently bike to work, although I just volunteered to be laid off, so I may not be biking anywhere for a while. If anybody's hiring, let me know. And I work in social media and communications, and so both David and I have sort of parlayed that into our advocacy for neighborhoods and transit. I'm sort of a traveler. I study transit where I go places, and although that's not my day job, I'm always kind of thinking like a planner, so that's my other world.
So basically what we did, both being really interested in the idea of transit, is we decided to stitch together the various downtown neighborhoods in support of the actual project that was proposed, which is a downtown streetcar between the River Market and Crown Center, which passes through the Loop and the Crossroads.
So this project, if you guys aren't familiar, the streetcar project is a very populist project in that downtowners are basically passing a funding district for ourselves to pay for it, which is sort of unprecedented. We've always supported transit projects in the downtown area, but the rest of the city never did, and that's what's killed our project. So our idea was really to get out there and to communicate this project to the stakeholders. It was really kind of all being done in the back room, and we wanted to make sure we were ahead of any criticism, and we're advocating for it.
So we focused on social media and getting a visual campaign, and you can see that with our shirts, and then we have the window clings that you've probably seen in downtown businesses. So that's our focus there.
So one nice thing with, this is really fast, one nice thing with Facebook is that this is, like I said, very specific. So we augmented our efforts with targeted advertising just in the 3 zip codes that are impacted. So we were able to, by spending about $50 so far, reach about 15,000 people with these ad impressions, both in Google AdWords and Facebook. Because we can be that hyper-targeted, we can only do registered voters in the neighborhood and know that we're being relevant in our target.
And we both spend a lot of time on Twitter, and I do a lot of stuff on Facebook, and Matt with the ads, making connections to people directly, but then keeping the word out using Twitter because it's just easier, faster, and the community is growing dramatically.
So a couple of things. We've learned that while we're wonks and we want to talk about the type of catenary and tracks that are going to be put in and all of that, people don't care about that. People overwhelmingly still don't, and I think it kind of is a reference to the last presentation. They don't even know what's happening, so they're really checked out. So we make it relevant to them. We don't get too wonky. We think about explaining it to your mother, and that seems to work a little bit better, just to make people feel like they have some stake in the project.
Yeah, transit planning is really complicated, and so the output of that needs to be not dumbed down, but explained in a way that you would, just a layperson would need to understand it. So that's been our focus too. And as Matt indicated, I always try to explain stuff to my mother over the phone, and if she gets it, then I know I've got a message there.
And we kind of act as the hub of information for all the neighborhoods, so this is one of the roles we've taken. We've got existing networks, so the nice thing is we can connect people that way.